Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening. I hope everyone is doing well. I want to share a very special card today that one of several special cards that I received from a lady who was my best friend. Sadly, she is no longer with us, but she was very near and dear to my heart. Her name was Rowena, and I used to call her Sister Weenie. That was kind of my affectionate name for her. Well, she was definitely a card person, and I received quite a few cards from her over the years. I met her in 2009 at a car wash. She was with her family washing her van. I showed up. I was washing my car. I was in a new city. I didn't have any friends. So I just basically walked up to her, introduced myself to her, and we exchanged phone numbers. And right after that, we just became best friends. And her entire family means so much to me. She was from Dominica, and I loved her accent. I loved her cooking. I love her children. She has a very nice husband, and they were like family to me, still are. But I came across this card. It says, "For my dear friend," okay? "For my dear friend, a sweet friendship refreshes the soul." That's from Proverbs chapter 27, verse 9, okay? Now, one of the things about Rowena, or Sister Weenie, is she always bought a card that would allow her to write a very lengthy message. Me, I purchase cards that say it all, and then I sign my name. But I don't like getting cards like that. I like it when people actually take the time to write a message. Well, this one says, "The good times we've shared and the special ways you've cared are among my warmest memories. I hope you know how dear I hold you in my thoughts and in my prayers at Christmas and all through the year. Merry Christmas." Now that is the message that was already pre-printed on the card. Now I'm going to read to you what she said, what she wrote. "A friend is always a good person in one's life, but a friend that loves the Lord is a gem, an asset." And yes, I do love the Lord. "You are the kind of friend that one would want to tell the world about. Thank you for being such a wonderful friend. Thank you for direction in the Lord always. Lena, you are indeed a true definition of friendship. My prayer is that God will keep us close. May God bless you this Christmas and throughout the new year, 2012. Love, Rowena." Now, I received this card from her 3 years after I met her. And she passed away in 2020. And it was one of the saddest days of my life. But she just left me with so many fond memories. She was loud and boisterous and happy. She was always kind of loud. Her voice carried when she spoke. She was very passionate. She truly loved the Lord. She was a really great mom, a great hostess, a great wife, a great friend. And I just really loved her to pieces. And no matter what was going on in my life, she was always in my corner. She always had my back. She was my biggest and loudest cheerleader. She supported me in everything I did, no matter what. And so did the rest of her family. And I had the opportunity to meet her mother, who lives outside of the United States. But she was so much like her mother. Oh my goodness. It's just, What she brought into my life and added to my life was that experience of having a friend who wasn't from the States, who, migrated over here from a different country. She had to blend in, and sometimes it was a struggle for her because she did have somewhat of an accent. She was from Dominica, and sometimes people would, I guess, tease her or not make her feel so great about it. But I certainly understood everything she said. She was just one of the most passionate people that I have ever met. Like, before I met her and all the way to the present, she was just very passionate about everything. She was an advocate. She would stand up for children or stand up for what's right. She just couldn't. She just couldn't keep from doing that. She cared about people. She cared deeply for people. She cared about children. She cared about their welfare and their well-being. And I've never met anyone who had the level of compassion for people that she did. Um, if she saw a strange or a homeless person on the street, she would stop and not only help them, cautiously, but she would actually take the time to talk to them or, minister to them. She just cared deeply for people. And I'm so thankful that I ran into her that one afternoon at the car wash. She really did add to my life. And she lives on in her children. Her children are very beautiful, very respectful uh, young adults now at this point. And I love them very much. And I do miss my friend, Sister Weenie. Oh my gosh, she supported me in absolutely everything that I did. And that is what friends do. We support each other. We help each other in any way that we can. We're there for each other. We pray for each other. No matter what the need is, we are there for each other. That is what a true friend is. Someone who's like a family member, someone that you can talk to, you can share things with. Everybody needs friends. I know a man who once told me that he didn't have any friends, not a single friend. And I thought that was the saddest thing I'd ever heard. Everybody needs a friend. We need to show ourselves friendly, and we need friends. And I have no regrets for walking up to her that day at the car wash and introducing myself to her and her family. I have no regrets. I'm so glad I met her. She ultimately started attending a church that I was attending, and I got to watch her children just grow up in the Lord. I mean, she was already attending church before I met her. Her entire family was, but she came over to the one that I was attending, and then lo and behold, I moved and left her there. But again, she did pass away a couple of years ago. I did not get to attend her homegoing service because it was during the height of COVID, and this is when they were not allowing so many people to attend. You could do it by video or something like that. So that was sad for me. But I do have the memory of her, and I will never, ever, ever forget Sister Weenie. Never, ever, ever. She was just a very giving person. And so I would say to all of you out there, if you have a friend who's near and dear to you, then tell them that they are. Get them a card. And if you don't know how to express it yourself, in words, just buy a card that says it all. Send it to them in the mail. Leave it, if it's a coworker, leave it on their desk. You know, hand it to them in church or whatever. Give it to a friend to give to them, a mutual friend. People need people. We all need each other. And we all need to know that we matter to somebody else. And it's just super, super, super duper important to show yourself friendly. Even if you're an introvert, find a way to just let someone know that you noticed them, you got their back, or you're praying for them, or just say, hey, how you doing? I was thinking about you the other day. Almost sent you a text, whatever. Just let somebody know they matter, okay? And if you see someone who's a stranger, they look okay, they look like they're safe to approach. You can go up and strike up a conversation with them like I did with Sister Weenie. And you never know. You might become good, solid friends. So anyways, thanks for listening to me as I shared my story with you about one of my dearest friends. I will likely be reading cards that I have received from her over the years at some point again down the line, because I received so many, and she was always so real in the things that she said in the cards. Everything was heartfelt. So here's to friendship. May you all have wonderful people in your lives who you consider to be your friends, good friends. So we all need each other. All right, thanks for listening to my story, and I will see you all back here again on Sunday evening around 5 p.m. All righty, bye-bye.